This year, the theme of the first Sunday of Advent was on being alert and watchful for the coming of Christ. Now, on this second Sunday of Advent, we have the theme, Prepare the way of the Lord, make straight his paths. The Gospel passage is taken from Mark chapter 1, verses 1 to 8. John the Baptist, a man of wilderness, wearing a garment of camel skin, living on locusts and wild honey, with a leather girdle round his waist, draws the attention of his listeners, saying, Prepare the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. Verse 3. The church longs for the coming of Jesus Christ, because it will be Christ's victory over all evil and Christ's triumph in the world. In the Creed, which we profess every Sunday, we proclaim, He will come again in glory to judge the living and the dead, and His kingdom will have no end. John the Baptist prepared the people of Jesus who would replace the temple as the way to the Father. The church desires that once in a while we examine and place ourselves in the state of grace. Advent is a time of grace. It comes around just once before Christmas. How to go about in making the path straight for the Lord to come to us? A beautiful gospel image is that of Zacchaeus. By profession, Zacchaeus was a tax collector, and such profession is noted for cheating people. One day, Jesus was passing by Jericho. Zacchaeus desired to see Jesus for once. But being a person of short stature, he made simple but direct and practical efforts. He went ahead of the crowd and climbed on a tree. Jesus noticed him and captured his desire and rewarded him with a visit to his house. Zacchaeus was willing to receive Jesus, and lo, that unexpected incident changed Zacchaeus' life for good. He didn't have to pay a huge sum of money or undergo a difficult task to change his life. In fact, he just had to spend the worth of a meal and spend some time with Jesus. That indeed was the feast of Christmas, the coming of Christ. Zacchaeus made straight the path of Jesus to his heart and his home. We too can make straight the path of Jesus so that the Lord can come and dwell in our hearts and make us transparent and open, make us no longer afraid to be what we really are, because in His eyes we are much richer than we ourselves could buy, and much more higher in His eyes than we ourselves make ourselves to be among men and women. Changing over to simplicity and honesty may be hard, but it's the way to go to Christmas scene. Like the shepherds, like the wise kings, who became simpler and more sincere in their search for Christ. Their hearts could joyfully celebrate Christmas and return to their homes with joy. In holiness and devotion, let us wait for the coming of the day of the Lord. Prepare the way of the Lord, make straight his paths.